All right, guys, welcome in. Welcome in. We're ready to get after it. It is the Nighthawk Motorsports Phantom Racing Summer Legend Car Series. Ready to go and ready to get after it. Week number 6. We got the Legends at Lanier. Let's get to the track. All right, out front, you see it. Your race winner from last week, Kevin Lee, in that number 1 spot. Logan Ace going to look on the outside in the Heat Wave, number 6 machine. Anthony Monroe right behind him. John Wayne, there's Aaron. Daryl going to make his way up through the field here tonight. Mark Martin, there's Smoke. Dale Sr., Jimmy Johnson, Richard Petty, Dale Jr., Michael, Jimmy Lee, and Michael going to round out your field here tonight in the Legend Car Series. Big thanks again to Outlaw Graphics and 614 Graphics for being the title sponsor of the Legend Car Series. Things are heating up here. Kevin Lee joined last week, dominated the first 2 races last week. We'll see what he could do here tonight as we get ready to set loose 30 laps at Lanier in the Legend Cars. Kevin Lee in that 22 machine. He's going to have it ready to go with number 6 on the outside of him, Logan Ace. We're ready to go. 30 laps, Lanier. Great start here from your drivers. Kevin Lee going to jump out to an early lead. No surprise. Anthony Monroe going to take that 82 to the number 2 spot. The Asphalt Cowboy in the number 2. Logan Ace right behind him. John Wayne going to round out your top 4 at the moment. But Daryl and Aaron going to round it up here. Look at Aaron and that Heineke. You're looking for a good, refreshing beer. How about a Heineke? Look at 23. Going to make it 3 wide, maybe. Woo, boy, they're getting dicey back here. Oh, big spin. The number 6 machine, I believe. Or excuse me, that was Dale Jr. He's involved in the accident there. A lot of cars tangled up. No caution out, though. Surprise. Wow, iRacing does throw the yellow, so Kevin Lee going to keep it rolling here. It looks like the leaders are keeping it clean. The 22 machine rolling strong here tonight. Anthony Monroe back in that number 2 spot out of Texas. Backwoods Vacation Rental. If you haven't been there, check them out. Logan Ace still in that number 3 spot. Daryl and John Wayne now. Battle for John Wayne here in the top 6. He's back 2 spots where he started, though. He's going backwards. Hard Charger at the moment up 6 spots. Jimmy Lee. The 86 machine out of Japan. Currently in that number 9 spot. Kevin Lee, though, dominating here as he's starting to work his way through lap traffic. Good to have him out here racing, man. Keeping these guys honest in these Legend cars. 6 of 30 in the books here at Lanier, and it's been a cakewalk for Kevin Lee out here. Jump in the cockpit with your leader. Smooth operator. Getting up to the back bumper here of Senior. A look to the inside. He's going to keep it there. And Senior's not going to give him an edge, but it doesn't matter. He'll take it. Kevin Lee, your leader right now. Anthony Monroe still in that number 2 spot. Logan Ace in the top 3 here. Looks like he's battling through some lap traffic. Seen a little bit of action right there. There's Daryl. And you see John Wayne now. He's back 8 spots. That number 16 machine falling like a rock. John Wayne struggling here tonight in the Legend Car Series. Frank the Tank did not make the run here tonight. This is his series. Frank the Tank not here tonight. Running a little bit behind. Kevin Lee's not running behind. He's still your leader. 21 to go here on the Outlaw Series Legend Car Summer Heat. Point standings are tightening up here. If Kevin can get the dub here tonight, that would move him, I believe, if my math is correct, all the way up to 4th spot. So not a bad time. Now, we do a point reset in the schedule for the countdown of the championship. I believe that's middle of July. So there are 4 tracks to determine a champion near the end. So I believe it's the top 10 in points who make it. And the rest are kind of just filling in. But, you know, hey, it's going to be an awesome countdown. But if he can get the dub here and hang on, 19 laps to go, that should move Kevin Lee right up to the top. Yeah, he should be in the top 5 after tonight. Logan Ace, I still believe, will be holding on to a slight lead in the championship points if everything falls where it is at the moment. Anthony Monroe back there still in that number 2 spot. As it looks like Michael's slow on the bottom. There's that 37. Rusted. Beautiful looking paint scheme on that machine there. I do love the legend cars, man. How you can paint them and just do so many cool different designs with them and just kind of make them your own. They're pretty awesome. 17 to go here. Your leader, Kevin Lee, dodging through lap traffic. Hey, Tony Stewart, get out of the way. Thank you. Anthony still in that number 2 spot. Logan Ace in the 3. There's Daryl back there in the 4. 16 to go. It's been a clean race. Yeah, we had that one big shabacle there, you could say, in the middle of the track, but the yellow never came out, so keeping them clean and green here tonight. I do know next week we are at, I believe it's South Boston. 60 lapper next week at South Boston, so bring your big boy pants. It should be a fun race. Daryl right now hanging in there. He's in the number 4 spot, but it's Kevin Lee. They're all chasing out front by almost 3 seconds on Anthony Monroe. He is trying to lap all the way up to 7th spot right now, so putting on a clinic here for you legend guys out there. If you think you got what it takes to beat Kevin Lee, bring it, because he's bringing it every week. You might get a breather next week, though. I do believe he said he's off next week, so take a deep breath, guys. You might be able to have a chance. But it would be huge, though, for Kevin Lee, because if he gets the dub here tonight, that would put him up there very high in the point standings. So, you know, missing a week does hurt you, but you do get last place points. So, but 17th spot, you're not getting a whole lot of points, you know, but you get some, because, you know, that's the way it works. Logan Ace still back in that 3 spot. There's Richard. Let's take a look here at Aaron back there in the number 9, battling hard with Senior here. This guy's from Australia, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that about Aaron, but very cool guy. Happy to have him a part of the league here, man. Running strong. He's not, may not be the quickest, but I tell you what, he is the smartest when it comes to riding the line. He does not get in the way. Very conservative league racer, and he is getting faster week by week. I will say that. As you see him right now working that line behind there. Michael doing the same thing. That's his teammate. That 37 machine. Week in and week out, getting better and better. There's the 23. Oh, my God. 23. Oh, he bounced it back. No yellow still. 8 to go. We're 3 wide. John Wayne now in the mix. He goes for a ride here. 23 gets into the side of him, and they're still keeping it green here. Drivers at the bottom of the track, no yellow. Looks like he was so far at the bottom of the track, they did not throw a yellow. iRacing does throw the yellows here. So at the bottom of the track, at a wider track, no yellow, and the yellow flag is out here. Looks like it was a little delayed there. So Kevin Lee now going to have a 6-lap shootout with Anthony Monroe. And your points leader, Logan Ace, going to be in that 3 spot to try to run him down. Can he hang in there? Logan Ace out of Italy in that number 6 machine. We have a lot of drivers from all different parts of the world. I think that's what's really cool about iRacing, is that you can meet these guys running from Italy, from Australia, from America, from everywhere. So pretty cool to see here. But right now, Kevin Lee going to have his hands full, as we're going to go it's going to be probably about a 3-lap shootout. And I do believe it's Anthony Monroe who's going to be in that number 2 spot, because Kevin Lee has officially lapped everybody all the way up to the number 4 spot. So congratulations, Kevin Lee. Smoking him out here tonight, man. Great driver, though, man. Awesome. Very glad I ran into this guy in an official, because, like I said, it's rare to find good, decent human beings anywhere. So good to have him out here. All right. Kevin Lee's going to have his hands full, though. Anthony Monroe, the Asphalt Cowboy. He didn't get that name for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he can round him up here and bring in that 22 machine. Logan Ace going to look to do the same thing, though. He's going to be right on that back bumper of Anthony Monroe. The lights are off the pace car. We're going to go green this time by. It should be a green, white, checkered finish here, depending if we get any cautions or not, but we may not. Who knows? Kevin Lee off and out. Good start for Kevin. Anthony Monroe going to be in that 2 spot. The pressure being put on Richard Petty. He wants to stay in the points chase, and he is doing it right now, giving the battle to the number 6 machine. Anthony Monroe now getting up right to the back bumper. It's going to be white flag this time by here at Lanier. Anthony now closing that gap on the 22 machine. Last lap, you're going to see it right here. Tied lap for the last lap. It's checkers, not wreckers. Kevin Lee's going to go back-to-back in the Legend cars. Congratulations, Kevin Lee, on the win. Anthony Monroe in that 2 spot. And Logan Ace giving the business to Anthony Monroe post-race. Petty going to finish 4th, and that's going to round out your top 5. How about this, ladies and gentlemen? Congratulations again on Kevin Lee's victory here at Lanier. We'll see everybody next week, South Boston. It's going to be a great one. 60 laps. We'll see you there.